Okay, guys, welcome back to Surviving the Long Dark in 2021. Today we're going to be talking about starting a fire, but before we get to that, remember, if you like my videos, why don't you click like, why don't you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet? That'd be great. Help me out, help the channel grow. All right, on to the main presentation. We're talking about fire building today. Right in front of us, we got some of the basic stuff that helps us build a fire in the long dark, or at least the fuel for the fire, and that's sticks, cedar firewood, fir firewood, and coal. There's also fire logs in the game, and we're not really going to get into those because they're kind of rare, but these are the most common fire-making materials that you're going to come across, and the most important. So let's start talking about how to build a fire. To build a fire, you're going to press the space bar. You're going to pull up Campcraft, Fire, and you're going to place it. The game is then going to ask you what you want to build the fire with. Most commonly, you want to build a fire with fuel, tinder plug, and a starter, which, see these starters we have? We have wood matches, cardboard matches, and a fire striker. Fire striker is really good, but we don't want to use its condition. Wood matches are awesome too. I mean, matches are great, but here's what we do. So we don't waste any matches. We're going to go to our backpack. We're going to pull out a torch, because this is actually a secret fire-making material in the game right here, okay? So torches are lit flares. So we're going to light this torch, right? That is going to be the only match that we're going to need this entire tutorial. Place the fire. We're not going to burn any birch bark. We're going to use tinder plugs. Tinder plugs can be harvested from sticks, newspaper, all over the place. They're just very common in the game world. We're going to burn a stick, and for the starter, we're going to use the torch. Here we go, starting up a fire. Come on, baby, to build a fire. Anyone read that story by Jack London? It's just, it's a brutal one, it is. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay, so we got to try again. This is why we use the torch method, why we light a torch before we start the fire. Because if we had just used a match there and we had failed, we would have burnt the match. Let's try this again. Here we go. Come on. We need this fire. Fire is lifeblood. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get warm.
Come on.
Ah, okay, so we failed twice. So far, that would have been 2 matches, 2 failed attempts at starting this fire. Third time's the charm, baby. Come on. Okay, so this is why we do it, because that would have been 3 matches so far. 3 matches wasted on starting this fire that has not happened for us. Come on. We're getting cold out here. Not really, but you know. We want to get this fire started. I know you guys want this fire started. I want this fire started. Come on, baby. 4 out of 4 for wasted matches. Man, I feel bad for people who don't know about the torch trick at this point. If you've ever found yourself in this situation, I feel for you. Man, come on, come on, come on. Let's get this fire started. Other materials that can be used as starter instead of tinder plugs, you can use cattails, birch bark, and books. But generally, don't burn the instructional manuals. Boom! There we go. There we go. That's our fire. Our fire making skill just went up. We're going to feed a little bit of wood into this fire, and we're going to do a little bit of stuff with it. Okay, so for each stick we put on, we get 8 minutes. So each stick of firewood gives you 8 minutes of fuel and is going to add 1 degree Celsius to the heat output of the fire. Alright, and we drop a cedar firewood on there. Boom, that's an hour. That's an hour worth of fuel from a cedar firewood. One of the best pieces of firewood in the game is fir. We drop a piece of fir on there. Boom, we get an hour and a half out of it. Now we got a 3-hour fire right here, man. We better do something with it.
I need to find something to drink.
One of the things you can do with a fire that's going to burn that long, you can definitely take some venison. We can throw it right there on the cooking slot. These 2 flat rocks on a campfire serve as a cooking slot. Yep. We're going to go grab our pot from inside because the pot's going to let us make 2 liters of water at once, and that is big. Grab one of these bad boys. Boom, pick it up. All right, cool. We're going back outside. I usually make fires in indoor locations, but for the purposes of this video, I made one outside to show the player you can make one anywhere you want. It's a very important mechanic later on for survival. All right, so we're going to drop that there. We're going to make some water with it. Boom, throw 2 liters of water inside. It's going to take an hour to melt and an hour to boil, but we got 3 hours of fuel right there. So look at that. Isn't that lovely? And that's how we build a fire in the long dark. Super simple. Well, not super simple. We failed 4 times. But okay, so coal. Coal is the kind of fuel that you're only going to be able to throw on a well-established fire. I believe it needs to be, it's either 14 or 16 degrees Celsius is the ambient heat level of the fire before you can drop any coal on it. Like, we got 18 degree fire right there. Let's try to drop some coal on it, see if it works. Boom, and coal adds an hour and it makes the heat of the fire intense. Look at that soar. This is why you don't really want to use coal on a campfire or a cooking fire. You really want to save all your coal for going to the forge. And that's pretty much the reason I gathered the coal for this morning, was for the video about the trip to the forge, which will be coming later this week, probably next week. I don't know, whenever we get around to that tutorial. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to building a fire in the long dark and why you need to harvest firewood. So you can build fires so that you can cook and purify water and, of course, stay warm. Well, I think that's all the basics of building a campfire I have to teach you guys today. Remember, you're going to need a starter, a tinder, and a fuel. Accelerants are completely optional and probably best used only in emergencies. Birch bark is not the best tinder. Tinder plug is going to be, because you can always just make more and more and more. And our 3 basic firewoods, our 3 basic fire fuels are going to be sticks, cedar, and fir. All right, guys, I hope my tutorial was helpful to you today. I hope that you learned something. I had a lot of fun making it. Feel free to like the video, click subscribe on the channel, help me out, and look forward to more videos about the long dark. Either tomorrow morning or later on this week, I've got an anime critique coming out. We're going to be talking about Record of Ragnarok on the channel. So if you're into that, check it out. If not, whatever. I hope you're staying safe in the long dark. I hope you're staying safe in real life. Everybody, have a great day, and thanks for watching.